Tourist traps are nothing new, but the rise of Instagram means some of the world's most well-kept secrets can now be discovered in an instant. As everyone rushes to snap the perfect photo, here are some destinations which have faced overcrowding, environmental damage, pollution, and more thanks to social media fame. Number 10. Vance Creek Bridge. In the remote wilderness of Mason County in Washington, USA, lays a historical structure which quickly became one of the hottest spots for thrill seekers looking to flex on the gram. The picturesque Vance Creek Railroad Bridge, built in 1929, is the second highest in the U.S. and was retired from use in the 1960s, but despite its hidden location in the misty foothills, it is far from forgotten. Its vintage elegance and breathtaking scenery made it the perfect backdrop for an Instagram photo, and masses of daring young trespassers flocked to the area to submit their own snap to some 13,000 posts tagged Vance Creek Bridge. In some photos, subjects appear in nauseating snapshots balancing or hanging tentatively from the bridge 347 feet in the air. But not everyone attracted by the trending destination had such naive intentions. Arsonists set small fires on part of the bridge in July 2016, which damaged its already delicate infrastructure, and the fate of this viral hotspot suddenly hung in the balance. In August 2016, nearly a ton of trash was removed from the area, and the vandalized bridge was found to be missing numerous boards. The additional danger its visitors could face meant efforts to dismantle the bridge began in 2017, and this once insta-famous hidden gem of the Pacific Northwest will no longer be enjoyed by future generations. Number 9. Sunflower Apocalypse. A small family-owned farm in the rural community of Millgrove in Ontario, Canada, learned the hard way that nothing is sacred once it starts trending on Instagram. The Bogle Seeds farm, owned by the Bogle family, is home to lush fields of over 1 million stunning sunflowers. And this natural wonder was open to photographers in July 2018 for a fee of $7.50 per person. The family-run business had already benefited from a modest boost by opening their fields in 2015, but they weren't prepared for the bedlam that was about to ensue this time around. At first, their small parking lot was never more than a third full as they welcomed families from far and wide. But on the morning of July 28, 2018, something felt very different. Geotagged Instagram photos from Bogle Seeds Farm had become a viral overnight sensation, and in the space of 12 hours, over 7,000 cars turned up to snap their own photos, with some parking over 1 kilometer away. Hordes of hopefuls overwhelmed farm staff as they stormed into the fields without paying, crushing the delicate flowers and leaving garbage in their wake, while parents crossed 4-lane traffic with strollers and police reported minor collisions outside. The Bogle family had no choice but to shut their doors from the public forever and spent the next few days patrolling their residence for unwanted trespassers. Number 8. Wedding Cake Rock. A quick scroll through Instagram confirms that Wedding Cake Rock in Australia is one of the world's most popular photo locations. Named because of its layered surface and creamy white color, tourists and influencers alike seem unable to visit the land down under without descending on Wedding Cake Rock to strike a pose for the gram. But that killer selfie could actually kill you because the rock is beginning to crumble. Cracks are appearing across the surface, and a geotechnical assessment has declared that the entire thing is certain to collapse at any time. And Wedding Cake Rock has already proven to be deadly. In 2014, a French tourist died when the cliff crumbled underneath him. As such, a security fence has been erected and a fine imposed on anyone dumb enough to hop over it. But does that stop all of the 10,000 annual visitors from going after an epic photo? No, it does not. There are still plenty of people risking their lives for the sake of a single holiday snap. Number 7. Delta Lake. The stunning cobalt blue water and snow-capped mountains at Delta Lake in Teton County, Wyoming make it a total Instagrammer's dream. And it's safe to say a fair few social media savvy explorers have rocked up smartphone in hand. In fact, so many people have caught wind of this natural wonder in recent years that the historically pristine location is now under serious threat from ever-increasing footfall and the carelessness of amateur explorers. When influencers started tagging posts from this once obscure spot in the Grand Tetons, they were essentially providing their swarms of followers with a treasure map to one of nature's untouched beauties. Suddenly, Delta Lake became the newest must-see attraction, and soon enough, the spot of solitude became a backdrop for engagement photos and brand sponsorships. A few years ago, only 1 or 2 hikers would make the 9-mile trek to Delta Lake each day, but now its makeshift trails struggle to support some 145 daily visitors who head there to grab a photo. To counter this viral problem, the Travel and Tourism Board of Jackson Hole launched a campaign to stop geotagging altogether, with slogans like "Tag locations responsibly" and "How many likes is a patch of dead wildflowers worth?" But with increasing waste and erosion, the environment could be spoiled forever. Number 6. Santorini. It's no secret that tourism in Greece helps to keep the economy afloat, but the sheer potential reach of a single Instagram post is now posing a very real threat to its picturesque coastal cities. The iconic pale dwellings of the seaside town of Santorini have been an incredibly popular location for some of Instagram's biggest influencers to secure the perfect vacation snap. In fact, since the launch of Instagram in 2010, the number of tourists traveling to Greece has grown enormously, and the country welcomed a whopping 32 million visitors in 2018, a far cry from some 15 million just 8 years earlier. No major European destination has experienced such an increase in footfall this decade, and the oversaturation of tourists in Santorini is putting a massive strain on the small coastal community. During the summer months, the stone streets are now swamped with tripods and selfie sticks as gaggles of tourists crowd around to pull off isolated beauty shots like the ones they saw on Insta. The dangers of accommodating millions of people are becoming very real as Santorini's infrastructure isn't prepared to support such high capacity. And as the dizzying allure of Insta fame shows no signs of fading, more permanent solutions are needed soon. Number 5. Yellowstone National Park. In 1872, Yellowstone became the world's first national park, home to dynamic canyons, lush forests, and a plethora of protected wildlife. The first recorded number of visitors in 1904 was 120,690. But with the rise of online geotagging and influencer culture, the park is now experiencing a sharp increase in footfall, with an excess of tens of millions arriving not to just marvel at wildlife, but to take a photo home with them too. In recent years, traffic congestion has become unmanageable as epic bottlenecks form at park entrances, and in August 2019, a so-called bison jam occurred when a herd of native bison moved steadily across the traffic. Frantic commotion unfolded as social media opportunists sprung from their cars to get close enough for a photo with the wild animals. The Instagram hashtag #BisonSelfie trended so much that it hit the papers as reports emerged of tourists being gored by angry bison while attempting to snap them with their backs turned, ignoring regulations to remain at least 25 yards from the animals. Citations have also been issued to careless visitors flying illegal drones over the park and tossing stones and other debris into Yellowstone's sensitive, incredible geothermal features, which could now be destroyed forever. Number 4. Fjallaglúfur Canyon. The breathtaking Fjallaglúfur Canyon, located around 150 miles east of Reykjavik in Iceland, has been a popular destination for local adventurers for years. But this secluded natural wonder was spectacularly unveiled to the world in 2015 by none other than Justin Bieber. The singer featured the stunning destination in his music video for "I'll Show You," and soon enough, Iceland's best-kept secrets started cropping up in countless Instagram posts as Bieber fever took hold of the masses. In the years since, representatives from Iceland's tourist agency have reported an increase in visitors by around 50 to 80%, with 150,000 people recorded in 2017 and 282,000 in 2018. The high volume of foot traffic began to dangerously threaten the infrastructure of the ecologically sensitive hotspot, which was never intended to be quite so popular. By March 2019, serious action had to be taken, and Icelandic authorities decided to temporarily shut down the viral destination from its hordes of visitors while officials worked desperately to improve the safety of the 328-foot sheer-walled canyon. Is it too late now to say sorry, Mr. Bieber? Number 3. Everest Base Camp. Even the perilous Mount Everest is not safe from the pull of viral fame. And a steady influx of geotagged photos from the iconic base camp over the years means the destination has fallen victim to its own popularity. Everest's tricky trails were once reserved for the most seasoned adventurers, but nowadays the base camp can expect to welcome a staggering 500 daily visitors during the peak seasons of March through May and September through November. In 2015 alone, the base camp saw as many as 40,000 visitors as crowds of tourists reached the Tibetan side of the mountain by car, making it an attractive selfie spot for non-mountaineering enthusiasts. Currently, the hashtag Everest Base Camp yields over 200,000 results, but an increase of people on its icy paths meant an unprecedented spike in waste too. 3 cleanup operations in spring 2018 recovered over 8 tons of accumulated trash, including human feces and discarded equipment from the tourist spot, which is the equivalent of 2 to 3 fully grown African elephants. The problem has become so unmanageable that the Chinese government announced in February 2019 that the destination would no longer be open to tourists without presenting one of just 300 climbing permits available. The closure will also allow authorities to clear up the aptly named Death Zone, where an unknown number of climbers have lost their lives some 26,000 feet up the mountain. Number 2. Horseshoe Bend. Nestled in the heart of Southwest Canyon Country in Arizona is one of the American West's most breathtaking overlooks, which offers an incredible view of the Emerald Colorado River as it makes a U-turn 800 feet below. The sandstone precipice known as Horseshoe Bend was once a solitary place for lucky adventurers to experience a small slice of heaven. But its adoption into influencer culture now means this destination has literally been liked to death. Since Instagram's launch in 2010, a reported 7 times the number of annual visitors have been reported as throngs of people arrive with selfie sticks, engagement rings, and smartphones at the ready. While around 100,000 visitors were recorded in 2010, the 1.3-mile trail to Horseshoe Bend was taken by over 2 million people in 2018, a number on the rise. Scaling the canyon without proper consideration can be deadly though. In 2010, a Greek tourist died while taking photos when a rock beneath him gave way, and in May 2018, a Phoenix man fell to his death after slipping off the cliff edge. To ensure the safety of the canyon's annual visitors, park rangers are now scrambling to install whole new infrastructures from parking lots, railings, and trash cans, which can accommodate such vast numbers. Number 1. SUPERBLOOM. The city of Lake Elsinore, 70 miles from LA, witnessed firsthand the destructive power of Instagram in March 2019 during what the police chief described as a crisis unlike anything they'd ever faced before. After a period of heavy rainfall in the Walker Canyon area, local poppy fields flourished in what is known as a superbloom of bright orange flowers so lush they could reportedly be seen from space. The field's incredible beauty became a must-see spot for snap-hungry grammars, and as photos of sundress-clad influencers frolicking in the sea of orange poppies started trending on Instagram, the race was on to capture the perfect shot. Over 100,000 tourists flocked to witness the spectacle for themselves over one weekend, outnumbering the city's 60,000 people population and causing total gridlock traffic as hopefuls abandoned their cars in local streets. The hashtag Walker Canyon quickly racked up an alarming 14,000 posts, and the mayor dubbed the catastrophe the apocalypse, as careless amateur photographers swarmed the fields, crushing the endangered wildflowers underfoot and ruining the delicate ecosystem. The city's resources were overwhelmed, and after a period of closing and reopening the fields in a desperate bid to manage the flow of visitors, an official Facebook post declared that the area would be shut off until the chaos could be stemmed. Eventually, highway ramps leading to the canyon were closed off entirely, and unlimited shuttle service was offered for those willing to pay to see the bloom. Or what was left of it, that is. Have you witnessed anything like this yourself? Have influencers destroyed your favorite local hidden gem? Let me know in the comments down below. And thanks for watching.